Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I've been told that I am very quiet, so I'm going to try really hard to project. So to start, I want to thank all of you for being here today. Want to acknowledge that we're here on the stolen traditional ancestral territory of the Anishinaabe, the Mississauga of the Credit, the Haudenosaunee, and the Huron-Wendat of Turtle Island. So as we gather to live, play, laugh, work, cry, and simply be together in this space for our final closing ceremony, I want to invite all of us to recognize the genocide and the ethnic cleansing that has come before us and the harm that continues to happen to this day through ignorance, discrimination, intergenerational trauma, and more. As I stand here, I want to acknowledge this beautiful city that we're in, this hotel, the space, the panel room, and the fact that we have power. Can someone please knock on wood? For those who are watching this later in your homes, I also want to invite y'all to take a moment to acknowledge the land that you currently reside on. Take a moment to take a breath, to be here, to be present, and to be intentional. Thank you. So it's hard to believe that we're at the end. Dun, dun, dun. I know. 4 years, 10 months, and 4 weeks ago, a tweet was sent out to see if anyone would be interested in, coming to a Canadian-based Winona Earp convention. Didn't think there would be a lot of reception. Turns out I was wrong. So the hope initially was to create a safe space and an event where people could come together, celebrate incredible Canadian content and talent, and make the slightest difference in this part of the world. As some of you may agree, Winona Earp has changed all of our lives. We've all been able to connect to the characters, the storylines, in all these different ways, shapes, and forms. They've taught us and reminded us that life is messy, and it's not always going to work out, and sometimes it's a shit show, but it's our shit show. The Earper community is a family. In the last several years, we have grown together, laughed, loved, cried, and even grieved together. In the words of Doc Holliday, if you manage to find a group of souls who will tolerate you and elevate you, and especially one who will love you, well, that's all it's about. That is what the fight is really for. So we know we're not Nutella and perfection is impossible, but I truly hope we've been able to do even the slightest bit of what we originally set out to do. Although this is ACON's last con, I know that there will be more Winona Earp conventions to come because, come on, Earpers, y'all are so passionate. We are all so passionate. And we can't wait to see what is to come. So, thank you for being all in. I'm gonna not pretend to hand this mic over to Kaylee because she absolutely doesn't want to speak, but I will hand it back to her wife.
So Bonnie wrote a whole novel on their iPad, and I said, I have notes too. Okay, so I'm gonna do a whole bunch of thank yous. And the first I'm gonna start with is everybody with a butt in a chair. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here for one another, for us, for the beautiful cast. So please give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for your time, your energy, your generosity with one another. Second, I want to thank our volunteers. Louder. Yes. I've gotten emotional on a couple of calls and with some folks in the room even, but the reason is because this does not happen without them. And not only do they show up and work longer shifts than they said they would work, and then get off shift and ask if there's anywhere else they can help, but the entire time they're also going, well, have you eaten today? Have you had enough water? Are you doing okay? Can I help with anything? We have the most phenomenal group of volunteers, and Kaylee and Bonnie and I cannot thank you enough. So please, one more time for our volunteers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I need to also say thank you to security. Please and thank you for keeping everybody safe and in line, as well as our amazing nurturing Nedleys in our orange shirts. Thank you, thank you. Our committee in the red shirts, who take the 4-hour phone calls all the time, like every day leading up to this. You guys are phenomenal. We literally could not have held this weekend together. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts to the beautiful hotel. Thank you to the hotel staff for filling the water and things. And before I bring the cast, thank you to Coral and Holly and Carol. All right, and the reason you're still all here, we are going to bring out our beautiful cast. Please and thank you to give them one more round of applause for their energy and enthusiasm. So, those who are not here but did show up, Kat, Savannah, Varun, Martina, Tamara, and the writers, and then everybody backstage. Emily. Tim, Mel, Dom, Michael, Raisa, Kate, and Natalie. So no surprise, we are all here because of you. We have found family because of you, so thank you for everything. I'm gonna...
Melanie?
Emily.
Melanie?
Emily.
Didn't you have something amazing you wanted to say?
I believe you wrote it down for me.
Okay, there we go. That's it. Oh, it says boobs. I'll go, but then you have to go. Oh my God, that's a loud Canadian lady. What a joy this weekend has been. It has been an extraordinary experience just seeing so many Earper faces, old and new. I shouldn't say OG and new. Just, both coming up to our tables at the panels, volunteering, security, everything. It was just incredible to see so many Earpers helping other Earpers have the most amazing time in our country, and for some of us, our city. Thank you so much for coming to Toronto. What an honor. Thank you. And I just want to thank you guys for everything that you've done. Putting on a con is just such extraordinarily hard work. I feel like running a season of TV ain't nothing compared to that. I'm serious, just the logistics and all the stuff you see, but more importantly, all the work you don't. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for having us and all your hard work and grace. It was amazing. I loved it. Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to everybody that came to my table. I was like, "How was your weekend?" And everybody that I asked was like, "It was great. It's been a great con." And I like usually one or two people are like, "Well," but it was a great con. So well done. And again, thank you to all the volunteers. Thank you to you guys for being here, for supporting us. Personal story, my son was here yesterday, and he saw all of you, and he was like, "Are they all here for Winona Earp?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Mama, you're famous." And the only reason it clicked for him was because when I'm at home and everywhere else, nobody cares. So this is such a wonderful room. I personally feel so valued here and so appreciated. I hope we can do half of that for you. And thank you for everything you give us, and we love you. Oh, and welcome, Raisa. And Savannah, who it was their first con, and I'm so proud that you were able to feel the love. I hope you did. Oh, it's you!
Oh, Melanie. This has been such a special convention. Thank you so much for putting on just the most wonderful weekend, and specifically for inviting Start the Wave to partner with you. If I could go back to the beginning of this journey and tell myself that this was going to happen, I wouldn't believe it. And yet, here we are, and it's been just such a special convention to be able to kind of merge those two projects together for me, and also come back and Earp. I feel so grateful, and it's been so amazing to meet so many new Earpers that have found the show through COVID and really see how much the fan base has expanded. It's magic. What you created, Em, was something so special, and we talk about it constantly all the time. Every single person that came to my table too, it's just the stories, the real life stuff that has come from this, the connections that have been made, the family that has been found. I'm speechless. It's magnificent, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. So thank you for having us, and here's to you.
Yeah. Thank you for putting on. No, yeah, just obviously. I don't know. I felt like everything was so organized. It was just so smooth. So yeah, thank you. I don't know if you guys saw this morning when me and Mikey. We we won. We won. Yeah. We slayed. Slayed. Yeah, so that was cool. Yeah, no, it was super fun. You guys are amazing. Just seconding all the sentiments of everyone. I'm so grateful to be a part of this family and to meet all of you. It's every time is like the first time. And yeah, love you all.
I'm so nervous and happy to be in this room with all of you wonderfully kind and creative and funny and welcoming people. I'd heard there's word on the street, you know, and you can see it online, but it's different in person. Yeah, so I'm very overwhelmed. Thank you for including me, and it was so nice to meet you all, and so nice to be reunited with this cast. We had a lot of fun freezing in the cold. So yeah, I have nothing else to say except you're all so wonderful, and thank you.
I'm actually happy I get to go after you because I saw you first thing this morning and I knew. I knew you didn't know. But I knew, and I was so happy for you because I knew what you guys were going to do and bring, and it's the greatest. So thank you. I can't tell you what it means. I'll say this. If you're lucky in life to find a group of people that will not only tolerate you, but elevate you, and most of all, love you, then that is what the fight is really for. Also, Lynn. I can't.
Wow. Thank you to everyone who made this possible. Thank you for always inviting me to be part of this, even though kaboom early. And I know, here's the thing. I'm just like my head, yeah, it was a joke. It's just, I'm make stupid jokes when I'm uncomfortable and I'm feeling emotional, and so I'm trying to hide it, and I don't know what's happening. Anyways, I wanted to say thank you, all of you. I met so many new people for the first time, and some people for the 5th time and the 10th time, and it just feels like it's like being stuck in the Care Bear stare for the entire time, and it's the coolest feeling in the world. And it's, I wish we could bottle it up and take it with us, but I know that it's always there, and it's always a love to tap into. And that, to me, this famdom is everything. And you have no idea the impact you've had on me. So I'm so honored to be included and part of this, because I actually feel part of it. And that's a really cool feeling. I just wanted to say that I need like a transport truck to get all those dog items. And there's a lot of shelters in need that have had a really hard couple of years, and they are going to be ecstatic when they get all of these donations. So thank you for that, for those of you that brought things and donated, and just thank you. That's fantastic. I'm going to pass it on. I love you.
I think Kate said it best. You know, it's about being part of something. And I was standing here trying to think of something. What have I not said? What is something that we haven't said already? But that's the point. Is it never gets boring ever. We can come to these and see the same faces over and over and over, new faces, and each one of you has what I love best about it all is each and every one of you has a different story, where you're from, you know, what makes you you, what brought you here today, you know, the new people that you met. I see friendships being made every time I come out to one of these things, and your stories change every time you leave one of these things. You'll see, and it's about purpose. That's what I keep thinking about, and it is about being part of something. And how cool is that to be a part of something like this, you know? And I have a message to read from Danny. Oh. She sent me a text, and she said, what did she say?
It probably has the word fuck in it.
Will you tell the Earpers? That's Kat? You want me to read that too? Yes, please. Okay. So from Kat, she says, in the closing panel, will you tell the Earpers I love them and say thank you from me? Danny. She says, I am phlegmy, coughing disaster, or else I'd be down for you to call me and I could talk to the Earpers myself. Can you read this to them in the best Danny impression? She goes, okay, here goes. But you got to promise you'll read word for word. All right. She says, hi, Earpers. Your friendly neighborhood villain here. I'm truly sad I can't make it this weekend. COVID and I got into a fight, and COVID won. I'm sitting at home reading all the tweets and seeing all the photos. I hope you're all having an amazing weekend together. Please give Michael Eklund some extra love for reading this message on my behalf. The man is a real prince in cool guy clothing. Happy Earping, and I hope to see you all very soon. P.S. Fuck! Love DFK. To Danny.
All right, one more time for the cast, please and thank you. From Bonnie and Kaylee and I, thank you for wearing your masks and staying safe. Travel safely, get home safely.